Frickin' boom. Damn. It has been quite a while. Too damn long. Too long. There's just not enough time in the day. Or is there? Isn't it your frickin' choice, right? Excuses. That's all this is. Just a bunch of excuses. My goodness. Momentum Underground Podcast. It's been months. Why has it been months? Who knows? Many things. But we're coming from a new location. Came from the old place and into the new. Let's see if the new place brings any new vibes, new frustrations, new hopes, new dreams. Or maybe they'll just all come from me. Maybe it has nothing to do with where you are. Or maybe it does. Oh, fuck it. Who knows? Anyways, here we are. Episode, what are we? Oh, let's see. What are we at? 6. This will be 6 as long as we finish 6. So I have a few things today. Some pretty good things. Things have been following for a while. And I think they're going to actually be pretty important. Some a little more entertaining than others, but important nonetheless. So at least that's what I think. First, let's hit it up with a couple of the usuals, the endorsements. First one, webs.com, like always, webs.com, which is the, I believe, interface or the site that I used to make a lot of different websites, including the one for the actual podcast. Super, super easy. You sign up. I mean, the nice thing, obviously, is that it is free. You know, there are options where you can pay into and subscribe to webs.com. And what that does is it gives you an extension of just like a vast array of different tools and just different ways that you can build your website. But the bare bone, you still get a lot of different options. You know, the free template is pretty much what I use. And if you go on MomentumUndergroundPodcast.com or .webs.com, I mean, the whole template is, you know, it's free. You know, it's just, you know, you right click and pick it up and drag and drop and, you know, collect your own photos and things like that. And you can put them on any page that you want and set it up however way you want. They give you free templates throughout the whole thing, but you can choose the color, you can choose all kinds of things, you know. And I've been able to put audio, I've been able to put video up on the actual site, you know. And you know, I guess how I use it is I just kind of work it and interconnect it with the YouTube's page, and that's why you can grab the videos on the homepage and things like that. Either way, it's a really nice, good, free service. I know there's a lot of other services that are probably better that you pay money, but for, you know, for anything that you want to start up on your own and you don't have the funds to kind of get super professional with it, this looks professional enough. It's all at your own creative fingertip. You know, you can make it look as clean and as professional, you know, as you can, or as this free service allows it to. So I think it's a really good thing. You know, it's an easy way for, you know, people like me, people like a lot of friends of mine, just get certain things out. You know, a lot of people have different social media and different mediums to try to get their art and their own thing out, whether it's, you know, Facebook, obviously, and using Twitter and Tumblrs and other video streaming sites and things like that, you know, all kinds of stuff. But there's always been something that I really liked about making my own site, you know. I never really had the ability to do it myself, and now I can. So I guess the more you do it and the more you make them, I guess obviously the better they'll come out, you know, with experience. So, you know, I've got a few of these up, and like I said, if you just go to the site, this whole template is done with no payments, nothing, you know. And like I said, if you do want to go further with it, you can pay, and I don't think it's that much money, but, you know, certain features like RSS feeds and things like that, and certain options that allow you to spread what you're trying to do a little easier and maybe to a larger group of people. So webs.com, check it out if you want to get anything going, any of your own independent projects and things like that. The other thing I wanted to mention too was two other things real quick. One of them, which is an obvious that I have on the site, is Link TV. It's a public channel. The channel has a lot of different documentaries, global, national, sometimes local, real world stuff. If you want to get some good news, they also have Democracy Now! Show, which you can get as a live stream, or when it's previously recorded, you can always click on the episode of that day and watch it. And very, very good journalism on that. And it's nice, obviously, because it's publicly funded. They have a really good variety of different topics that they talk about, especially globally. And you can pretty much trust that there isn't going to be some kind of a financial slant behind it. A lot of certain networks, because they're so big. I mean, there are people that do run them and do own them, and if the shows and the network kind of run stories and put the focus on certain things, that a lot of these people high up that run the company, if they don't really like it, they can get you to really deter on reporting that kind of thing, And I don't know, it doesn't seem very cool to not be informed about certain things just because other people that have a greater influence than you don't like what is being spoken about. You have a right to know about a lot of stuff, and that's obviously whether you choose to want to know and go digging. But if you do, you get that right to somehow find that information, So I really do like this Link TV. It's a publicly funded channel. You can find it on TV, but obviously you can go online. There's a very good. I think they're moving it towards Android and PCs, but I know there's an Apple app for Link TV, and it's done really well. It's super clean. It's very easy to navigate, and you can go through the whole site, and everything that's offered on the actual TV channel itself is offered on the app too. Really, really awesome site. So I would definitely check that out. Sorry, I'm a little parched. Jesus Christ. So Link TV, get on it. Jesus Christ. Let's see, last thing real quick. Credo Action. Credo Action, super, super simple. It's an independent. Oh, no, I don't know if it's independent. Credo Mobile, really. It's a telephone company, and they fund a lot of progressive nonprofits. And what that is, or what some of that is, are online petitions to go towards certain causes. And they always have a slew of different ones, whether it's, it's pretty much like an activist site, So if there's something itching at you that you don't really like, or that you do want to support, and you want to somehow find a way to do it that has less to do with getting on the phone and trying to get a hold of somebody that's never going to actually call you back because they don't give a shit, or more, just like a regular petition, like a signed petition. It's more of a digital, it has a digital aspect to it, You put your name in, your email in, and that's kind of your signature, And obviously with the email, you'll get notifications of newer nonprofit petitions, or just petitions in general, email to you to let you know what it is and what's going on, and if you'd like to support it, Hopefully they don't bombard you, but I haven't been bombarded really just yet either, so they do pretty good with that. So let's see, credoactions.com. That's where you can go. You can go there and read all about it. You can read and look over the slew of different petitions that they do have, and and get involved. It's a small way of doing it, It's definitely a small way of doing it, but it's something, It can be kind of the catalyst to maybe going and doing something that you feel has a greater impact, Because everybody says, I don't know how to help, and all of this is kind of overwhelming and it's saddening and all this kind of other thing. But, if you do something small, it's something small, but it's just something, You can at least know that you contributed to something, even if it is somewhat minor, Because the idea is that if everybody does something minor, it'll become something major, It's the collective that really pushes a lot of stuff forward, You don't have to go out there and feel that you can do everything on your own, because in reality you can't, So check it out, credoaction.com. Bam, that's it. It's super easy. Super, super easy. That's those three. Credo Action, okay? Credo Action, Link TV, Webs. Get your shit going. I like it. I like it a lot. I really, really do. And I'm gonna add some more on here too, because I've been finding a lot of cool shit, and I gotta see if I'm even allowed to do this kind of thing. I don't even know. I could get in trouble. I could have to take this whole fucking thing down, but we'll find out. So, right now, I've been waiting to put this on here. Hold on. I've been waiting to put this up, music-wise. Good friend of mine from high school who's moved away, gone on to other incredible journeys of life, of music, of ambitions. A friend of mine, name is Nick Saperchi, works with his brother. Incredible musician, incredible. You know nothing about music, metal, classical, just the bubble of musicianship. You don't know until you've heard Ceremonial castings. The brainchild of Sirs Saperchi's, because like I said, it is a collective effort. You know, it's maybe it's a dynasty because it's a family thing. I don't know. Either way, if you want to listen to this, and we're going to start cranking this right now, the album I'm going to start pushing through right now, Ceremonial castings. Okay, they have a slew. The discography is quite lengthy, which is good because you have a lot of choices. This one is Barbaric is the Beast. Green cover. Love this fucking cover. It's a goat. Powerful fucking looking goat. In armor, just smashing away at these guys coming up at him. And it's got somewhat of a green tint to it. You'll look for it. Barbaric is the Beast. I really like this CD. I like a lot of the CDs, but this one kind of sticks out a little bit more. It's got somewhat of a more element to a thrash to it, but very, very atmospheric music. You know, it's not for the faint of heart. I mean, if you're heavy into the underground, you're heavy into a lot of this kind of scene. This is gonna really, really, really blow your mind. Really good songwriting and incredible musicianship. Nick does a lot of the synths, the pianos, all of that stuff. And his brother does the guitar and the singing. They've got a guy who does a lot of the drums live. But I believe they may still do it themselves in studio, too. And I've known these guys for a while. Obviously, we've been disconnected for quite some time just because they moved back to the West Coast up in Washington in Battleground. What a good place to live, right? Battleground, Washington, where Ceremonial castings comes from. You better watch your fucking step when you go there, okay? So, Barbaric is the Beast. Check it out. Where you can check it out? ceremonialcastings.bandcamp.com. They have it all there. They've got all the CDs. You can listen to them. Check them out. If you want, obviously, you can buy everything. This one right here is only $10. Pick it up. I'm telling you. Get it. Okay? This will boost your testosterone, okay? If you're walking around drinking too much fucking soy lattes, get rid of that shit and start listening to this, okay? Please. I'm telling you. So ceremonialcastings.bandcamp.com. Support them. They're amazing, great, beautiful guys. Good guys. Super nice. They will do anything for you. And their music just shows their dedication they've had for pretty much their entire life. They are one of the few people that I personally know that have grinded away at something almost their entire life, you know, without trying to really slow down no matter what comes their way. They're a very good example of what you can get done if you just pie-face everything that comes at you and just go forward, you know. So check them out and support them. They're good people with good music, you know. So be a good person and support their shit. So check it out. Barbaric is a Beast, bitches. All right, where the fuck are we at? Where are we at? What do we got to talk about today? Real quick. So, big thing that everybody's talking about lately, including myself, and I've been trying to figure it out. It seems somewhat simple, and I'm not going to go into heavy detail. I'll leave some links and videos so that you can actually do the research yourself. But what I want to throw your way a little bit of is this net neutrality. Everybody's talking about net neutrality. It just has to do with the internet. You know, it's all it has to do. And let's see. The bare bone of this, in my own words, is pretty much there's kind of it's like a two-way traffic kind of thing, where the internet right now, as it stands, I believe, is kind of a one-way big tube of information. And a lot of people get it in the same way, with variations, I guess, of speed time, you know. But nevertheless, we all kind of get it, you know. If you have a phone, if you have a new phone, we all, I believe, share the same, you know, G whatever, 4G, 5G, you know. And we can all obtain information at somewhat of the same rate, stream videos the same way, all that kind of thing. And this net neutrality, which just came up, kind of has to do with how, let's see, Comcast, there's a couple of companies that kind of went to the FCC, and what's trying to go down is that they're trying to make another lane of information. So we'll have our lane, the lane that we all use right now, and they're going to make another lane that's quicker, that's faster, that if you have the ability to pay into as a company, you can be a part of this faster lane, which sounds enticing to the person because, oh, there's a faster lane, that means I can get faster internet. You're going to pay for this faster lane, though. And if you don't have this, and if you have what we already have, there's a lot of different little details that can kind of suck for you, where it can either go slower, your videos will upload slower, pages will upload slower, and even sites that hold a lot of information that you like to look at, you know, whether it be maybe even a Reddit or a Netflix or things like that. It's a vast array of things, you know, because we all look at a lot of weird, different shit. It's going to get to the point where we might have to actually pay a little bit per site because we have to eat up the cost that those websites aren't willing to pay to get onto the fast lane, which the sites on the fast lane are much kind of bigger, like a bigger entity, so that they can actually afford to do this. And I'm going to pair it. I'm going to actually just relay a little information I found on a good site that I'm going to put up on the site. It says "Save the Internet," okay, and this is pretty quick, but all it is it kind of describes like what just happened. Okay, so on the 15th of May this year, the FCC proposed rules that would allow this kind of discrimination online. So this is what it says. It says Chairman Tom Wheeler's plan would enable internet service providers to charge extra fees to content companies like Google and Netflix for preferential treatment. Under these rules, telecom giants like AT&T, Comcast, and Verizon would be able to create two-tiered internet with fast lanes for those who can afford it and dirt roads for the rest of us. These companies would have the power to pick winners and losers online and discriminate against online content and applications, and no one would be able to do anything about it. The agency can preserve net neutrality only by what the hell does that say? Oh, hello. Only by designating broadband as a telecommunication service under the law. Anything else is an attack on the rights to connect and communicate. Let's see. And you can look up your own, obviously, definition of net neutrality. I think we all kind of know what it is. It's just like their guidelines. It's kind of, what does it say here? It preserves our right to communicate freely online, like open internet. So let's see, check this out. I think this is a little bit more than meat potatoes. ISPs like AT&T, Comcast, Time Warner Cable, and Verizon want to take the worst aspects of cable TV system and impose them onto the internet. And yeah, that's really what it feels like. It feels like they're trying to push like a cable mentality onto the internet, which is a whole kind of different subject I want to get into as long as I got time. It also says expect internet blackouts that extend far beyond the popular content vendors as smaller websites are caught in the crossfire. Tweets, emails, and texts will be mysteriously delayed or dropped. Videos will load slowly, if at all. Websites will work fine 1 minute and time out another. Your ISP will claim it's not their fault, and you'll have no idea who is to blame. You'll also want to be able to vote with your feet and wallet, as there's no competition in broadband, and ISPs will be playing this game. Which is totally true. I mean, how many choices do we actually really get when we go looking for even cable now? You know, everybody's buying each other out. How many choices do we have for internet? You know, I just moved here and I'm trying to find things that reach to this house, and you know, there's not much. I had to continue my subscription to one of these companies, and I didn't want to, but it's like they're obviously so big. Their outreach is so big, you know, and if you get a smaller company to try to get you some good service, they'll just eat them up. You know, you can't even go to a smaller server, you know, because they won't last long enough for you to even know that they're there. Let's see. It also says that ISPs hate the idea that there's nothing more than providers of dumb pipes or connections that simply carry our traffic. Now that they're free from any legal restraints, the ISPs will try to get internet companies to pay tolls and threaten to block or delay them if they don't. Exclusive deals could become the norm, with AT&T exclusively bringing your Netflix or Time Warner cable as the sole source for YouTube. Okay, see, this isn't good. Now, they ask a question. Does this mean the websites can be blocked or slowed down? And the answer is yes. The January court decision gave a green light to ISPs to block or interfere with traffic on the web. That means a company can slow down its competitors or block political opinions it disagrees with. There are no protections for internet users. And the FCC's latest proposal would allow ISP to charge extra fees to content companies for preferential treatment, guaranteeing their content reaches end users ahead of those who don't pay. So, like, you know, they're trying to make it so that their pipeline is able to get to you in a better way than the other pipeline. And if you're looking for information from that other pipeline, you're just not even going to really be able to get it because it's going to be so slow. They're going to kind of put you in a corner and make you decide that, well, whatever, I'll take the lack of ability to get this information and the lack of sites. You know, I'm so fed up with the lack of being able to reach those things. I'm going to just go for the quicker internet, and the quicker internet might not be able to have the things that you are looking for, which is kind of going to hinder your ability to research anything, you know, or a lot of things. Whether it's more serious things, whether it's things that affect you in your real life or your health, or just any kind of little research or anything like that, even entertainment stuff, you know. I don't think that really that's too cool, you know, and they talk about it in here, and this was one of the bigger aspects I didn't really like was like this whole thing. Big deal. What if there's only 10 people that listen to this? What if there's only 2 people that listen to this? It doesn't really matter. Obviously, it's for me to enjoy to do it, but it's something that I'm able to share. It's something that allows me to. Because of the internet, I can have fun doing this and know that I can put it out there, and whether people like it or not, people will listen to it. And with this whole new multi-tier, different pipeline kind of information with the internet, I'm not going to be able to reach as many people as I would, because my stuff might load up way slower, or my site might not even be able to come up in the network that certain people are using, you know? So it just kind of cuts away certain demographics or certain pools of people right away. So whether it's me doing this, like, you know, super low-cut podcast, or it's someone who wants to sell their CDs or works independently as a musician or as a painter or as any of those things, and they actually do somewhat decent for themselves, it could possibly get harder for them to excel, get better, bring in more people, or even start it up in general, you know? What if you're just getting ready to kind of launch something new, you know, your first book or your first CD or anything like that, you know? This whole thing, if it goes down, it's going to make it a lot harder for just the creative mind to be able to share it, you know? And the whole idea of the internet is that the open internet, open source, you know, freedom, where everybody kind of gets the chance to kind of excel in their own endeavors, in creative and business and all that stuff, you know. It's it's ridiculous, you know. To me, it is. You have the right to either spray out a bunch of bullshit online or put out a bunch of really good stuff online. They both have the right to put it out at the same speed, you know. And I don't like how they're slowly trying to break it up into this whole like cable thing, you know. So, you know, just real quick, I mean, that's really the bare bone of it, but it's, I think, enough to really understand. Like, this is a real thing. This isn't just some kind of thing that's off to the side that will take care of itself. This is something that affects all of us. And to me, it feels like a very sugar-coated act of suppression towards the people that subscribe to the idea of communication, you know? This is how we communicate. This is either whether how we share freaking dog videos, or this is how we share shit like police brutality, or or just the malfunctions of our you know, of our political systems. You know, we have the right to kind of out people, and this either out people or collectively get together, you know, and discuss certain things. And a lot of times we discuss things online. And if shit gets cut up like this, it's going to make it harder for us to do that. And I don't know, there's something just very creepy about that. It should, to me, it should creep everybody out. That there's something out there that's keeping us from being able to communicate either at the same level that we are or better, you know? Slow us down. What the fuck are you, what's going on? What the fuck are you doing? You can't just put people into a corner like that just because it's there's some kind of financial gain. Like, when the fuck did all of this business just totally trump just certain aspects of just humanity and progression, you know? Like, it's progress. We're meant to move forward. We're meant to constantly change, you know, and I would hope in a better way, you know. I understand a lot of things are a double-edged sword, but Jesus fuck, man, the internet is like one of the best ways that we've created to really connect with one another. And there's a whole array of different ways we do that with, you know, and everyone has a right to do that, whether it be trivial and fun or serious and whatever, you know. Yeah, so just, I don't know. The whole thing has just kind of gotten really under my skin, and what I've been reading as of now, because they left it where I think there's 100 and something days where they have it open to the community to actually comment and talk about this until they bring it back up, I believe, in November, where they'll make a final decision. So it's actually open to the public to discuss. And where you can go, and all it is you actually write down why net neutrality is important, why the idea of doing anything else to it is just total fuckery. You can write that down and give your opinion, in your name, in your email, in a whole, I think it's a limitless box where you can kind of, it's pretty much your letter to the FCC. And I know a shitload of people that have been going on here and doing this. This is the only way. And if the collective at the end of all of this is like, no, this cannot happen, you know. I don't know how it's going to go down, but somehow the consensus of all of these collectively is going to be represented at the end, you know. So if you want to add to that, what that is act.freepress.net /letter/internet/FCC. I'll put up a link to that too. I know that shit's probably hard to remember too, but I'll put something up on that, and you can go there, and like I said, just go there and just speak your mind. Speak your mind like crazy. Whether you want, it doesn't matter. Just, you can put fuck FCC, whatever you want to do, you know. You can go as short or as long as you want, I believe. Actually, no, you can't say fuck FCC because it says the FCC requires a comment of at least 5 words. All right, so throw in a bunch of more swears, whatever you want. Either way, this has to do with all of us. It's the fucking internet. It's the internet. It's how we do so much of our business. And if you're not loaded, or if you're not well off, you're either not going to have good access, or you're either not going to have good access for yourself, or the ability to give people your service, you know? So normal people are going to get trumped and fucked. And small startups and small businesses or small just creative endeavors, it's going to be much harder to actually do all of those things. And that's not cool. The people that can get things done and things for people that can grow their own businesses, whether it's something, you know, something financially or creatively or just any facet of just business in general, that shouldn't be exclusive to people that have money, you know. That shouldn't be exclusive to certain people. Everybody should have the right to put something out there that is their own voice and that is their own I don't know, whatever you want to call it, you know, their own purpose, whatever you want to put out there, you know, and research and look into, you know. You can't just fucking put forks in the road on where I mentally can go, you know, or stop signs, really. If I want to look into something, you can't fucking make it so that I can't. That's the whole idea of having the open source internet. We all know of countries that don't allow their people to look at shit. That's fucked up. You can't do that. You can't do that here. Like, what is that called? Step back and fucking look at that and question that. That's weird to me. Ceremonial Catholics were not fucking like that either, too, okay? So, that kind of segues me into a little bit, like I said, you know, they're like compartmentalizing, if that's the right word, it into cable. Real quick, what I've done in the last month or so, I got rid of my cable and realized that if I could find a way to get the internet onto my TV, you can get rid of so many things that you pay for that you don't watch, you know? For me, myself, I did it as more of a disabling the distraction that goes on, you know? I'm sure a lot of us do, and I definitely do it where you'll just want to throw the TV on just to have some background stuff going on. You know, you channel surf. You're not really even looking for anything. You're just sitting there channel surfing. And I can sit there for hours, and I'm like, fuck, man. I could be doing another podcast. I could be, you know, working on, you know, some more of my writings. I could be working more on some music. I could be working on shit around the house. I could be learning on, you know, working on all kinds of shit. You know, learning how to cook, whatever. You know, new good recipes and shit. So, I got rid of that. And I got rid of that, and what I tried to replace it with was the internet, you know. I know a lot of people have the Netflix app, the Hulu thing, you know, HBO Go, jabba, 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 all these different things where you can acquire where it almost makes up your own cable, you know. $10 here, $8 here, $9 there, you know. You can go online and actually find decent streaming sites, you know, even for live sports events. I know people go fucking apeshit over their sports, you know. I do too, you know, on certain things. I'd like to be able to watch a championship fight and things like that. But I'm not going to pay for a pay-per-view, nor am I going to want to spend $120 a month for a fight channel that's included in 1,000 channels that I don't watch, you know. So I got to find a way. You have to maneuver your way around these things. And having a good internet source will help you kind of stream and download some of these or buff some of these services, you know. So the internet is a very important thing, which kind of goes back to what I was saying before, you know, having a good service. And, you know, I got rid of cable, and I'm trying to makeshift my own cable, you know. Have 5 different sources where I know exactly what I want to watch, and when I want to watch them, I know where to find them. I'm not going to channel surf and try to hopefully get hooked on some kind of dumb distraction that I wasn't even looking to really watch anyways, you know? To me, it helps me become a little more productive during the day, and it also helps me put money towards other services that I think are more valuable and away from ones that I think aren't, you know? And that's just me. That's a personal thing. You know, I just know that it becomes too much of a distraction to me, and we all know that there's way too many channels for all of us to really get into. You know, maybe 10 I go back and watch quite a bit, and that's a lot for me too. I don't want 10. So, anyways, the point of it all was, you know, all these different apps picked up a PlayStation 4 because it has a web browser in it. It has the ability to download and use all these movie streaming apps, TV show apps. And it also, like I said, it has a web browser. And what I found was something called Pluto.tv. Pluto.tv. Please check it out. It's very, 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 very cool, I think. As of right now, it is free. And it's pretty much just like, it's an interface that looks like your TV with a couple channels on the bottom, the information on it. Kind of like when you pull up your DirecTV menu and you want to change the channel. But it looks just like that. It looks like your cable TV. But the thing itself is pulling from all videos online. I don't know if it's an algorithm, whatever it is. Like it's a program that they use that pulls different videos, and it categorizes all of them. So one channel you can click on is sports, and in that sports you have golf, swimming, extreme sports, fighting, and it streams all free videos online. When you click that, and it acts like you're like a cable TV. You go to another channel, which is lifestyle, so you can go to cooking, you can go to travel, you can go to entertainment, you can find online comedy, You're not going to get things that it's not like it's taking things from cable. It's taking things from more the internet that it's able to, without getting into copyright infringements, You're not. I don't think you're going to find like Comedy Central things on there, but you're going to find a lot of comedy on there, whether it's more mainstream that you can find on TV or it's things that are popular online. And there's a huge, huge variety of things that you can watch on there. So if you really want to channel surf and just find something that feels like cable, but doesn't have all of the cable essentials, that we're all used to, Pluto.tv, I feel like, is a really new, innovative way on kind of getting rid of your cable, going towards something new and more independent, and it's free, If the thing streamed 100% perfect, no matter what our internet connection was, and it was, $7 a month, I would pay for this because there's a lot of things you can watch on there. All kinds of stuff you can't find anywhere else, Really cool coverage of just all kinds of things. Sports, news, like I said, lifestyle, cooking, And it's neat because a lot of it is made by, startups, independent people that are just in small studios just trying to, do things like that, trying to model the bigger TV but with a little more of their own flair. So you're kind of enjoying and watching more of like people like you and I that if they had a camera and a microphone, what they're doing, and they're on my TV, So it's just very neat. It kind of all circles around and goes back to just like I said, the net neutrality and if shit gets screwed up with that, am I going to be able to do this whole cable thing? And now I got to pay more for Netflix, or now I got to pay more for this, or I got to pay for that, and it's like now you got to pay for everything, and then you're back to your $130 bill, So I don't know, just try it. You can compartmentalize the whole thing. So that's it, net neutrality and Pluto.tv. I'm going to put up some links so we can check them out. Look into them, see if it's something that's for you. Try to save some money, and think about it pretty hard. Definitely try to think about the net neutrality thing, please. It's very important. Leave that comment. act.freepress.com. Is that what I said? What the fuck was it? Jesus Christ, too many websites. I got too many things up here. Yeah, that's what it was. Yep. act.freepress.net, not com, net. And the nice thing is I believe there's a video on there, and John Oliver from the Jon Stewart Show, he's on there, and he has about a 10-minute bit on what I believe net neutrality is. Yeah, and it's obviously pretty funny, but very straight to the point, very palatable. That's the thing with a lot of this stuff. You have to make it understandable. And if you make it understandable, bam, you got it. Let's get it. Let's go together. Let's figure this shit out. So go there and please read up on it because it's going to definitely affect all of us in the future. And when it does, we got no right to fucking act surprised or confused because by then it's going to be too late. So check it out, okay? Check out Link TV. Go make your own websites at webs.com. And that's it, my friends. Enjoy. Get on the information highway and take advantage of it and get everything you can get while we still have it. Hopefully we have it in the future. We just got to fight for it, I guess. So enjoy your day, and maybe we'll get some more podcasts in here because I don't have fucking cable. It's my own fault, I know. It's totally my own fault. I'm an idiot. So, yeah, let's do it. Have fun. Peace. See ya.